Now we're going to go out live where President Trump is expected to take the podium, and we do understand he will be talking, and we want to be sure to bring this to you live. He has had a conversation, a meeting with Russian leader Vladimir Putin in Alaska, that is. So I'm not sure if that conversation has already happened, and he'll be briefing us on it, but he is walking right now to the podium, so he will be addressing the media, and it seems like there's Vladimir Putin there, and he is walking as well, both red carpets, so they'll be coming and meeting at once. I believe the meeting will be happening.
Do you see how Putin doesn't swing his right arm when he walks? See how Putin keeps his right arm kind of close to his side and swings his left? That's because he's a KGB agent, and that's the way they're taught to walk, so they can access their gun faster.
No, stop.
Yeah. So if you ever see Putin walk, well, of course he's covered right now, but you'll see he keeps his right arm very close to the side of his body.
Okay, let's watch him
and
walk.
Swings his left arm normally. See, like you can see his right arm right there. He keeps it right on his hip.
Yes.
I mean, why does this have to be covered by a fighter plane right now? Seriously. But you'll see him. See how he swings his left arm and he doesn't swing his right arm?
Oh.
That's his KGB training.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. Vladimir Putin, President Donald Trump shaking hands right now live. And we are watching this as they are in Alaska. They are meeting today. Seems like everything is pretty cordial, and they're both smiling, walking, have no idea what they're talking about. But I've always wondered, the meeting with the president and a leader where you're trying to negotiate, where you've said some choice words about that leader.
I've always wondered because there's got to be some, obviously it's an extremely serious topic.
Right.
With lives on the line and, wars on the line, obviously. But at some point there's some human, interaction in there too. So I do wonder sometimes what they talk about when they're not talking about.
There's also a huge language barrier.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because, Putin speaks some English, but I don't know how proficiently.
But even when,
I don't know if President Trump speaks Russian. Probably not.
No. But when he had that interview, the famous interview with Tucker Carlson, he was definitely
President Putin, will you stop killing civilians?
Vladimir Putin does not seem like the kind of guy who's going to answer reporter questions being shouted out.
Right. Again, we're watching live Vladimir Putin, leader of Russia, there with Donald Trump. This is in Anchorage, Alaska, and both of them shook hands. They were smiling, cordial to each other, and talking as they went down. And now they are being seated into a car where they will be speaking for not the first time, but they will be talking specifically, hopefully, about the ceasefire. Not sure. Yesterday we did have Richard Sindelar on, and he was talking about how it's a wild card. You don't know what kind of Putin you're going to get, what version of Trump you're going to get, so you never know what the outcome is going to be of one of these meetings. It might just be, here's the schedule for a second meeting, or we need to have a second meeting. So,
and if Volodymyr Zelensky will be involved at all in the talks, because after all, it's sort of his country that they're talking about potentially splitting up, and I think that is part of what I understand of what these negotiations are going to be, is that Vladimir Putin wants to maybe regain control or gain access of parts of Ukraine that are mostly Russian speaking. There also are some important minerals that are mined and stuff, and there's also a lot of important farmland in Ukraine. So there's a lot of things that people want about Ukraine. Unfortunately, it's been such a deadly war, which of course was instigated or started, I suppose, by Vladimir Putin. But I think what President Trump has said is that he wants the killing to stop. And it's just, what kind of compromise do you have to make in order to get that to happen? And it's always going to be controversial. But, ending wars is good. It's just a matter of, is it a deal that everybody's going to be able to live with and walk away from the table, feeling like they're not sacrificing too much.
Right. And it was very interesting that it was an Alaskan military base. And one of the points that Richard Sindelar brought up was the fact that Russia did own Alaska back in the 1800s.
Right, yeah.
And so he told me there's a lot of Russian restaurants, a lot of Russian influence.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Alaska.
That's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that.
And so that might be one of the many reasons why they went ahead and decided to meet in Alaska.